Ghanaians, we must wake up. When I heard the news about the fact that Nigerians, Abesi Igbo King, you can feel the audacity in his voice, the authority, that like the mandate in his voice, like.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra and this is Sandie's Joyful Space. Guys, what we feared and dreaded the most is already happening. I never believed a day like this would come. I'm just like, I don't know, shocked. I can't even express how I feel. The whole mixed feelings and emotions. I kind of understand Ghanaians' point of view. But in the other hand, I don't wish for it to get this far. Guys, I will allow you watch the videos because Ghanaians are not smiling. Ghanaians are not smiling at all.
Ghanaians, we must wake up. When I heard the news about the fact that Nigerians, Abesi Igbo King, any Igbo kingdom, or Ghana hadn't say no, I thought it was a joke. But me say it is very serious. And the video we actually of that Igbo King no addressing the issue, you can feel the audacity in his voice, the authority, that like the mandate in his voice, like or threatening Ghanaians and my warning. So the people court near now. And I've learned he's got a whole lot of impediment under him, working with the president and all that. Charlie, we know they entertain that shit for Ghana here. You understand? The body video natural, video.
If you go to Congo, they are not comfortable with Nigerians. If you go to Zimbabwe and Zambia, they are not comfortable with Nigerians. In fact, even a country that is close to Nigeria as Ghana have a problem with the Nigerians. There is a problem. There is a general trait that Nigerians have. There's unnecessary aggression that other people don't find comfortable.
Why do you think there's seemingly an influx of Nigerians in most African countries?
Because their country, I think because of the terror that is going on in their country, and again because of the bulging population and the high rate of unemployment. So they are operating like Chinese. They are finding a way they can deposit their population. Unfortunately, they are depositing themselves.
There has been some serious protests happening in Ghana right now because an Igbo king from Nigeria is trying to build an Igbo village in Ghana. Let me be clear enough. He is an Igbo person from Nigeria who later moved to Ghana and got married to a Ghanaian. He has lived in Ghana for more than 20 years, which is why he was later crowned as the king of Igbos living in Ghana. And for all the time he spent in Ghana, Ghanaians had no problem with him until he proposed a plan to build an Igbo village in Ghana, which is why they are protesting right now. So Dr. Chukwudi Ihineta, who is the king in question, proposed a plan to use 50 acres of land to build an Igbo village in Ghana. Inside this Igbo village, there is going to be a palace bigger than the palaces they have for their traditional rulers in Ghana. Not only that, there are going to be guest houses, schools, market, streets, and those beautiful streets are going to be named after Igbo figures from Nigeria. And this proposal got Ghanaians triggered, and here are their reasons. They believe allowing him to build an Igbo village in Ghana alone is questioning Ghana's sovereignty as a country. They also believe that they will not be allowed to do what he is doing to them in Ghana, in Nigeria. It was even alleged that he is given the same rank with their traditional rulers. To cut the long story short, they do not like any Igbo kingdom in Ghana. While Dr. Chukwudi, who is the king in question, responded, he said his kingdom or his village is not there to take anything away from Ghanaians. And his kingdom is not even for Ghanaians, it's for those Igbo people living in Ghana. And the main purpose is to unify Igbo people in diaspora. He closed the argument by saying there might not be Ghanaians building Ghana kingdom in Nigeria, but there are Ghanaians out there in Europe or America building their Ghana kingdom there. Well, we have Hausa kingdom in Europe, Germany, London, and so do Igbos, so do Yorubas, so do Ghanaians. They all have their kingdoms outside of Ghana. So guys, what do you think?
What we are trying to avoid, it don't happen. Exactly what we are trying to avoid, it just happened in Ghana since yesterday till now. Since 3 days now, I no sleep. because of Igbo King. The rich men don't want to allow the poor men to breathe in this country. Just see. When I see all those videos, I think it's past video. I enter the comment section. I began to see Nigeria must go, Igbo must go, Nigeria must go, Igbo must go. And this video was posted 6 hours ago. The first one was yesterday. Imagine, this is what we are trying to avoid. Upon all the things wey don dey happen for Ghana here, this one when e happen so e no pay the one wey don dey happen no pay Ghanaians like this one. We know say yes, there have been a kidnapping, there have been a raping, there have been a stealing, there have been many things, but this one that will lead to dragging of land or causing nation war, tribal war, na Ghanaians dey try to avoid. Oga, you carry your money put for your pocket now, not be by force. The people say they no need your kingdom for their country. If you like, go buy go build all those kingdom for Nigeria, then you continue your life in Ghana.
Our host nation is the Igbo people, the Igbo tribe. I'm not even reading other Nigeria tribes, just the Igbos. And by the special grace of God, we respect the land. We submit to the authority of the land. I've lived in Ghana for many years. This is my 30 years in Ghana, in and out Ghana. Married a Ghanaian, also a queen mother from her community. And I have no criminal record in Ghana. I'm a genuine businessman. I have no criminal record in Ghana. I work so hard for daily bread. So you go and work so hard for daily bread, not sitting down behind the camera and blogging with fake information and fake and destruction of people's name. Be careful anywhere you are. Sometimes a lot of people ask me that they always see me in most of Ghanaian programs, and some people also tell me they see most Ghanaian kings in Igbo program in Ghana. I tell them these are some of the reasons that Igbos have the diaspora and throne for we to exchange culture. It's all about promoting African culture.
Guys, I don't even know what to say. This is something that I never dreamt of happening in Ghana. Like, I did not even see this coming. I don't know. One thing is, I understand where Ghanaians are coming from, as I said earlier. If they don't address this now, it can be a big issue in the future. Because allowing the Igbos to have their own community, you never know what will happen in the future and how far this can go. Ghanaians are just protecting their territory, their country, their space, which is understandable. I just wish it never got to this point where, things have to go this way. I would just say, please, at this point, let the king find a way to amicably solve this issue. He should just find a way to address this issue. I don't know how he wants to go about it, but I think it is time for him to, address this whole thing before it gets out of hand, before innocent people start paying the price. So I would just say he should just fix it. He should find a way to fix this. And I want to just appeal to Ghanaians, please, let's take it calmly. I pray that it never get to the point where we start killing each other or things get out of hand to that extent. That is just my prayers. Blood will not be shed in Jesus' name. Lives will not be lost in Jesus' name. No matter how far this will get, it will not get to where we start, attacking each other to that extent of taking lives. That is just my biggest prayer. And let the Ghanaian government, the authorities come into the issue. I believe if they come into the issue, if they address it, things will be fixed faster. Let them also address it before it gets out of hand. What is happening right now can turn ugly in a minute, can change in a minute, because This is not a joking matter. Ghanaians really mean business. They are not smiling, they are not joking, they are serious. And we have to take this threat seriously. Please, if you're in Nigeria, in Ghana, please mind the way you talk this period, mind the way you take your steps this period. Just be mindful, tread carefully, because even though we know Ghanaians are peaceful, Ghanaians are calm, there's a way you push people to the edge and you'll be shocked how they will react. Yes, whoever thought Ghanaians will react or get to this point that they are right now, but you can't blame them. They've been pushed, they've bared it, they've aired their opinions, they've talked, they've pleaded, they've swallowed a lot of things, they've adjusted. Still, they've been pushing Ghanaians, pushing them to their limit, and this is as far as they can take it. So I can't blame them 100%. But what I would just say is, please let us make sure that no matter what, it doesn't get to where lives are being, lost, or we start attacking each other in that manner. That is just my prayer. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Drop in the comment section, what do you think about this whole issue? What do you think about the whole, do you ever imagine that it will get to this point where Ghanaians are coming out to, protest, to talk about the whole issue, and Ghanaians have to go to this extent? Did you ever imagine it? Drop in the comment section. And if you're in Ghana, what do you have to say about this also? Thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.